Hi guys, welcome back to Chioma Stitches. My name is Chioma. Today we are going to be sewing this beautiful overbust spaghetti sleeve shift gown that you see me wearing in this video. Stay to the end of the video and don't forget to leave a comment in the comment section. And so to make this overbust spaghetti sleeve gown, I have cut out my fabric into 3 layers, as you can see. Now the first layer you have there is folded, they are all folded into 2. Now the first layer is 32.5 inches, which is 65 inches when you open it up. That's for the front and the back piece. This is folded into 2. So I'm going to be cutting them all into 2. So one piece is going to be for the front piece and the other is going to be for the back piece. Okay, which means the first layer that is 65 inches is 32.5 inches for front layer and the same 32.5 inches for the back layer. Now the same thing for this middle layer. For the middle layer as well, the middle layer is 47 inches for the front piece and the 47 inches for the back piece, while this last one is the longest. Okay, and this one is a total of 126 inches. Okay, that means for the front layer we have a total of 63 inches and the back layer we have 63 inches. Okay, so now what I'm explaining this is so that we understand when we start compiling it together. The way I cut out the fabric, each layer that is succeeding the layer before it is going to be longer in width than the layer that is preceding it. This is to achieve the gathering effect that the gown has. What this means is we're going to be gathering this on this and gathering this on this. So this is the shortest in the width and this is the second. This one is longer than this and this one is longer than this, but they are all 12 inches in length. So the length here from here to here is all 12 inches. Okay, all right, it's going to be the spaghetti sleeve, and the spaghetti sleeve is 18.5 inches by 2 inches, and I'm going to be making a rope out of this. So what I'm going to do now is go ahead and hem the sides. So for this last layer, I will hem here as the hem of the dress, the bottom, and I also hem here with 1/4 of an inch folded twice. So it's going to be very tiny. Your hemming is going to be very tiny on this side. Okay, like so. The same thing for here. I'm going to be hemming here and I'm hemming here. Okay, and I also hem the down part of this one, but I will not hem the edge of this one. That's the first layer, and we understand why we're not going to be hemming that part as we go on. Okay, so this is the first layer and I'm folding it into 4, which means I have both the front piece and the back piece of the first layer here. Now what I want to do is mark out where the armhole is going to be on it. Now because this is going to be an overbust gown, which means it's going to stop just on top of your bust. Okay, that's like around your cleavage area, under your armpit. It's going to go under your armpit. Now we're going to be creating a space for the armhole. Okay, now because this is going to go directly under the armpits, we're going to assume that we've taken out at least 5 inches from this. So we're going to be assuming that at least 5 or 6 inches have been taken away from this sleeve. So if the sleeve is supposed to come up to 7 inches, that's the armhole. So this is where this is going to start. So I've come down from here by 2 inches, and I'm going to come in, say, to 2.5 inches. So this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to be making a curve here like so. 2 inches, and here we have 2.5 inches. Now I want to come in here to say 3.5 inches. I want to extend it to 3.5 inches. So let me mark out the 3.5 inches here as well. So now I am going to be making the curve here, so that this place is going to be where we're going to be joining the sides, and your arm is going to sit around here. This is where we're going to start placing our spaghetti sleeve. I hope you get this explanation. So I'm going to go ahead and cut out here first. So I'm going to go ahead and fold in here and hem it. I'm going to fold in the arm and hem this place. So I've hemmed the armhole, hemmed it for both the front piece and the back piece, and I also ran a loose stitch at the top here. Now this loose stitch is to gather the top to fit the overbust measurement we want. Okay, now I have this rope here cut out. This is 1.5 inch by 12 inches, and I'm going to be using it to pipe the overbust. Okay, so let me start with one and show us how we are going to achieve this. So I'm going to go ahead and gather this. So I'm going to first find this middle, find the middle. So I've pinned down the middle. Now I'm going to gather this. I'm going to pull on it until I get 6 inches on this side, or 5.5 inches. So this is 6 inches. I'm sure we can make it 5.5. So just a little bit more. And here we have 5.5. Okay, so I'm going to also gather this side to get 5.5 as well. So now this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to take one of these bias piece and I'm going to sew it. I'm going to sew it on this and I'll turn it the other way and top stitch it. Use it to hold it together. So I've sewn the first layer like so, and so I'm going to go ahead and open it up and turn it this way. I'm going to turn it this way and fold it in. Fold it once, and then the second folding will cover the gathers like so. And then I'm going to go ahead and top stitch it all the way here. Look at how clean it looks now. I've sewn it. So now I'm going to go ahead and make the rope we're going to use for the spaghetti sleeve. Here is the 3 layers of the front piece together. Although the back piece as well, the 3 layers look exactly the same. So you can see I've hemmed it. I've hemmed the down part, I've hemmed the center sides, I've hemmed everywhere. I've hemmed here too, I've hemmed the top here, and I also hemmed the down part of the top layer. So now it's time to gather them. I'm going to be gathering the middle layer on top of the top layer, that's the first layer, by joining it center to center like so. Also, I went ahead to run a loose stitch on it on the middle layer, the top of the middle layer and the top of the third layer. Okay, so now I'm joining it center to center. I have marked out the center of the middle layer on both ends and I'm joining them by pinning it together. Okay, so after pinning it together, the purpose is now is to gather the one that is succeeding each of them like so. I will gather this one until it matches the top layer like this. So first I'm going to go ahead and pin it. Also note that I ran a loose stitch on the top part of the middle layer and I also ran a loose stitch on the top part of the third layer. Now this is to enable this gathering, and I am placing this middle layer on top of the first layer by half of an inch. Okay, I am placing it exactly half of an inch on top of each other, so they are all overlapping each other by half of an inch. So now I'm going to go ahead and pull the loose stitch and gather it until half of this middle layer matches half of the top layer. As I gather the middle layer, I also try to spread the gather so it will be evenly distributed. And then when the width aligns with the first layer, I am going to be tying the rope so that it does not loose. After which, I will carefully overlap the middle layer on top of the top layer by half of an inch. And then I'm going to use my pin to hold them together the way I am doing like so. I am going to go ahead and repeat the same process on this other half of the middle layer. And then I'm going to go ahead and top stitch it on top of it the way I have pinned it down. After gathering this part to match the width of the top layer, I am also going to go ahead and pin it down so that I will go ahead and top stitch it, and I will repeat the same thing on the third layer. And here is the spaghetti sleeve rope that I have made, and now I'm going to be attaching it to the top layer. Also note that when I was sewing this rope, I sewed both ends of the rope to be very neat so that we can just go ahead and place it under the top layer and top stitch on it. So I've gone ahead to sew it. As you can see, I've top stitched it and this is the effect it has. I've also attached the neckline. So what I'm going to do now is join both sides together. So I'm going to go ahead and join the sides and this dress will be ready. Also, don't forget to give your inner weaving so that it will come out looking very clean. And now also join the sides. And when you wear it, you just make your knots on your shoulder wherever is most comfortable for you. Thank you guys for staying to the end of the video, and don't forget to subscribe to this channel if you have not subscribed. Also, don't forget to like this video if it was of any help to you, and I also implore you to share this video if you can so that this community can grow. And of course, if you are joining us for the first time, thank you for coming, and I hope you decide to stay and also subscribe to this channel. You can also check out the link in the description box for the other sewing tutorials we have that are similar to these, are also free dresses and short gowns and long gowns. I'll drop the links into all of that in the description box. Don't forget to keep trying. If you make a mistake, you can correct yourself. It is from making mistakes that we get better, so don't give up. I want to especially thank all the old subscribers and the new subscribers alike. Thank you guys for being with me. See you guys in my next tutorial. Bye bye.